Cool. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. Let me go ahead. Awesome. Can everyone just quickly confirm for me again if you can see my what the screen is, please? Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. Yes. Yeah. So just to go over again, we're DSC FIU, and I am the lead Azhar Ali. So before we so just so that everyone gets a better sense of what DSC is all about, I would like to actually go over a really quick video that gets the, that explains what DSC is very well, and just it does a little intro on DSC. I hope that this should. This is gonna.
Hi, I'm Erica.
And I'm Komal. We're from Google Developers, and here to tell you about Developer Student Clubs.
Developer Student Clubs train thousands of student developers globally and work with their communities to solve real-life problems.
I'm sure you're curious how it works. Google selects amazing students from across the globe once a year to be a Developer Student Club lead and start a club on their campus.
These clubs host workshops to help students learn about Google technologies.
And they work with local businesses, startups, NGOs, even their universities to build real solutions for real problems.
These leads believe knowledge is power and that technology can do extraordinary things for the world.
They take on the responsibility to help students learn and empower these students to solve real problems around them.
Through this experience, they not only bridge the gap between theory and practice for students, but leave a legacy of impact.
Join us in building a global community for students.
Awesome. So that was just a little bit about what DSC is about. Cool. Yep. So next. So what exactly is DSC as a whole? Well, Developer Student Clubs is a student-run community supported by the Google Developers Program, and they empower students through technology. Google Developers is made up of actually different programs, of a bunch of different programs, not only including the Developer Student Clubs, it includes the Women Tech Makers, Google Developer Groups, and Google Developer Experts. They all have their own separate purpose, but their all overarching goal is to help this community that they're helping become better developers and to become more experienced. And therefore, in our case, we're aiming to help students become better developers in their local community, or their FIU community. So our main goal at FIU DSC is to help students bridge the gap between theory and practice. So what exactly does this mean? Well, bridging the gap between theory and practice for us means that, well, you may learn certain types of material in your class, and you may, you may get some benefit by learning in class, but when it comes to doing your own sets of projects and then actually getting those internships that you want or those jobs that you want, sometimes those skills aren't as transferable. So therefore, we want to help students with that by providing all sorts of resources, all sorts of events that help students improve their developer skills and also get involved with projects in a community that is accepting and in a community that is aimed towards project development and just exploring whatever their interests are. So that is, in a nutshell, what DSC FIU is. We're here for the developers at FIU, and we're here to make your college experience better. Yes, we are at DSC FIU. We are just one of many DSCs that are around across the world. As you can see, these are a list of just some, or you could just see that these are some of the DSCs that there are worldwide. There are DSCs in the United States, Canada, in Africa, Europe, Asia, all sorts and so on. The actual DSC initiative started in India 2 years ago, to bridge the theory and practice originally. And then from there on, it expanded into Indonesia and sub-Saharan Africa. And then as of recent, that initiative has spread towards Canada and North America, where approximately 25 schools in Canada have DSCs, and there are approximately over 115 chapters of DSC in the United States. So that is really awesome to see, and the community just keeps growing and growing and growing. So you're actually, by joining DSC, you're becoming a part of a larger community. Larger than that is just contained within our campus. It is worldwide. It is worldwide. So you'll see at some of our events that we are connected with different schools all across the globe. And you may see some students from different countries and from different areas as well. So it's really exciting to see. And actually, one of those we're partnering up with this semester for a few different events is University of Ottawa, which is located in Canada, which is super, super cool. We're super excited to be working with them and to be hosting events together. So, you know. All students from all different majors can join. You're not only limited to computer science if you want to join DSC or a tech-related major. We have spots open for all sorts of students. Whether you're a complete beginner and you just want to get to know more about technology, and you know, you want to feel your interest more and more. Or if you are more advanced, but you want to just become more skilled as a developer, you want to get those prime skills that are needed for the job market, we're here for everyone. We're, as a developer community, we're accepting to all sorts of majors, all sorts of experiences, and all sorts of people. So yeah, we're definitely open to everyone and everything. This is our team as of now for the fall 2020 semester. I am the president and lead of Developer Student Clubs FIU. Lázaro Hurtado is the vice president of DSC FIU. We also have Sabrina, who is the marketing lead. She does an amazing job with the posters and all of our social media everywhere. Can't thank Sabrina enough for all the work that she does. And we also have Hermes, who's a tech lead, and John, who is a tech lead. And they work really hard. They're part of the team that works really hard on workshops and works really hard at making sure that the developer community gets that technical knowledge that they need in order to be successful with their projects and also the events as well. And actually, one prime example of how they helped this weekend was during Shell Hacks, where they helped host the new Intro to Neural Networks workshop, and they did an awesome job at it. We'll be posting the link to those workshops, and also Lázaro did a Intro to Python workshop. We'll be posting the links to those later on in the chat tonight in the Discord. Oh, and as well, if you had applied to be a part of the DSC core team, acceptances will be going out tomorrow to your email. So make sure to listen out for those emails. Awesome. Yeah. So some of the initiatives that we are doing as a part of DSC FIU, we're focusing on basically three main things. One, learning new skills. And how we will do that is through the workshops and then through the different initiatives that we will offer throughout the semester. Two, real solutions, mainly as we collaborate together through hackathons, and then as more importantly, through the solution challenge, which Danny will get into later. And three, new people, as this is a community where we could all just come together. You know, it'll be a chill place where if you want to just work on a project, or if you just have any questions about anything regarding development of that sort, we are here for you. And everyone here in the community is one close family, as we are, yeah. So, but first I'd like to kind of go over kind of some of the workshops and the activities that we have planned for the immediate future right now. So yeah, there's all sorts of workshops that we are planning on having, which range from Android workshops, Flutter workshops, so kind of mobile workshops. We'll also be kind of having some web workshops to help We'll also be having sorts of workshops similar to the Cloud Hero workshop that took place last Thursday, where you can get more hands-on training with the Google Cloud platform and be able to get those certifications and those skills that are very necessary to your degree and to your resume. And we'll be with our tech leads, we'll also be covering in depth more machine learning concepts and AI concepts as well. So we have a lot in store this semester. So some of the immediate workshops that we have currently is tomorrow, actually, we will be hosting the Beginner's Guide to Flutter Development. So if you're actually interested in getting more in-depth with Flutter and you want to know how to make an essential Hello World app and just understand how this new fresh framework for creating mobile apps for both iOS and Android works, you can you can RSVP for this workshop. We will be sending over the links on that after the event. We will also have the Firebase workshop in collaboration with University of Ottawa. And you can see the poster there for the link. That will be happening next Tuesday, October the 6th at 7 p.m. You will be able to learn how Firebase will help you with your app and how you can use it for user authentication, use it as a database, and so on. Firebase is a very, very powerful tool that you don't want to miss this event. And later on, we will also be we'll be partnering up with University of Ottawa again for framing and / descending into machine learning, where we will be going over main machine learning concepts and also using TensorFlow to optimize your models and how to make it simpler, actually. So those are some of the main events that we currently have. And as we have more events, we will be sharing them if you are signed up for our mailing list, our Discord, or our Instagram. So there will be more events coming very, very soon. Something new that we'll also be offering this semester is a new idea called special interest groups. Special interest groups are groups that will allow you to connect with other students with similar interests, and they'll allow you to get more in depth with those fields. Because typically when you go for a job for a specific position, you're more likely than not, it's better to know a skill like in a specific area very well in depth, such as like if you're going for an AI internship, it's very more recommended that you know as much as you can about AI versus just knowing a lot about a lot of different areas. So what we want to do and help students get that technical knowledge that is so essential for the field is through special interest groups. And with special interest groups, you'll be able to, it will be more so in the Discord, like at least once every week. We'll have different tech leads lead different discussions, and where you can come in, ask questions about specific technologies. They'll be giving out different labs, different resources on how to get more involved with these technologies as well. Yeah, and so more details will be shared in the next few upcoming weeks. And I would like to hand off the mic for a little bit and introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Daniel Fiorillo. He is the Developer Student Club's Community Manager for North America. And yeah, Dan, you can take it away.
Well, thank you so much for that warm introduction. Some of you may have got a sneak peek to me earlier on if you joined us right when the info session starts, but allow me to introduce myself officially. So first of all, my name is Daniel Fiorello. Feel free to call me Danny. One of the things that I like to address here is that, well, yes, my full name is Daniel Fiorello. My friends call me Danny, and all of us will be friends. All of us will be friends by the end of this year. The other thing you'll see on the screen here is a couple LinkedIn, and Twitter links so you can follow me. Wow, that was way too difficult to say. Sorry about that. And one of the things I want to do is see each and every one of you follow me and connect with me on LinkedIn. Yes, my job is to be a community manager, but my job's also to be a mentor and a friend for y'all during this, very tumultuous 2020 as we go through some awesome events and teach you some new Google technologies. So as I said, I want to be a friend and a mentor. So friends and mentors help each other, and the mentorship starts right now. So if you are going to connect with me on LinkedIn, which again, I absolutely encourage every single one of you to do, I would like you to send me a note accompanying the connection that you send me, right? Doesn't matter exactly what you say in this message or this note rather, excuse me, but comfortable attaching notes when you're sending new connection opportunities on LinkedIn. What this is really powerful and useful to where you met them, maybe a conversation that you had to get them to accept your invitation a little sooner. One of the things I will say here is unfortunately, people like me sometimes are in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people each and every week. So it's not as though you did not make an impression, but we just have a sheer, high volume of people in front of us. So help us remember who you are and the amazing conversation that we had by just dropping a quick little notes, right? Oh no, you connected too fast and didn't add a note. I'll let it go this one time. This one time.
I'm not trying to
How's that
solve
sound?
anything right now. I'm just trying to look for something.
All right. So the other thing I want to mention here is we're going to talk about Solution Challenge. But before I jump into Solution Challenge, we're going to play this quick video, which gives you a quick introduction. Awesome. Yeah, so that is a quick introduction of Solution Challenge. It is more geared to just introduce the global opportunity. So one of the things I do want to notate here is that the Solution Challenge is open to each and every developer student club, which is part of our community. As y'all saw earlier in the information deck, we do have 1,300 chapters across the globe, spanning just about every continent at this point. We're missing a couple, but I don't think it's necessarily for us to blame. Sometimes just doesn't make the most sense. But yeah, so Solution Challenge is designed to be an overarching piece which connects all of these individual workshops together, right? So if we could, let's move on to the next slide if we have. Yeah. So as I mentioned, the Solution Challenge is a global call for you to work on projects in your local community. The Solution Challenge is designed for you to identify a problem in your community, use one or more Google technology or service, and then build a real-world solution using Google's resources and mentors while you go through this challenge, right? So as you've seen in these previous information session decks, right, or these previous slides, we have a ton of different technologies we want to teach you. But what we need from y'all is to begin thinking of ideas which you want to work on so we can make sure to build out our event series and include each and every piece of technology you may want to implement for your solutions, right? And we also encourage you for these problems in the local community. Don't just sit there in a room and brainstorm, right? Yes, that's very important to think of ideas that you can see, but we also want you to reach out to local businesses, nonprofits, or maybe even other student organizations and allow yourself and the rest of the community to have like a consultation event where they can come in and express the frustrations or shortcomings of their current model, and then maybe talk about how maybe a piece of technology might really implement and change the way they participate with technology in the future. Ultimately, if y'all build a project which is adopted in the real world, that's a really good resume bullet point. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the best parts about this is instead of having to wait for hackathons to come around, which give you like 48 to 72 hours to use resources and then that's it, the solution challenge is actually going to be open-ended for approximately 4 months. So January will open up for registration. Once you register, we'll actually start providing you resources to begin building these projects in real time, which is going to allow y'all to really deep dive into your projects and make not just like a half-hacked solution or one that might need to be revisited to kind of complete, but we really want y'all to go through a full developer cycle, right? And take the opportunity to not only build a project, but to go through, feedback and iteration with your users. One of the things we are looking to see when the solution challenge closes is we're looking to see the team of 4 that you've been working on create a 2-minute YouTube video so we can see all of your awesomeness in real time. So I know I shared a lot about Solution Challenge in a very short period of time, but I will come back to questions. So if we could move on to the next slide, I just want to kind of connect all this back for y'all. I know I said it verbally, but it may help to visually see the representation as well. So as I mentioned, getting involved right now is what y'all are doing currently, and we really need you to stay involved with us if you're looking to learn and take advantage of all of our resources, right? The workshops that we are going to be hosting are designed to teach projects, and then we can showcase and challenge demo day, later in the year. There's some really cool prizes and awesome opportunities to get featured on stage with Googlers. So really, I cannot encourage you enough. Take a moment and begin signing up for all these events, signing up for, new workshops and brainstorming ideas that you may want to try to tackle once you learn some new Google technologies. So with that, I will stop talking because I know we probably have some questions and I would love to answer them. So thank you so much for allowing me to introduce myself, and I pass the mic back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your wisdom and for explaining the solution challenge, Danny. So yeah, so that's actually just like Danny said. That's how you can get involved. Essentially, through the workshops that we will be doing, we will be doing all of those. We will be teaching you all of these the skills that you need so that you can create a successful project for your solution challenge. We'll be going over all sorts of like backend, web dev, mobile dev, all sorts of different ways on how you can optimize your solution and will actually make your project, and ways to optimize your solutions, whether it be through AI, ML, and also through the Google Cloud platform as well. So that is very, we will be teaching you all of those skills. And then we will be getting more into the solution challenge. We'll start opening up ways on how you could join and be a part of the solution challenge later in October. So I guess later this month. And then we will be, and then we'll start forming teams and then start brainstorming more in depth. But so if you guys can keep the solution challenge in mind, and as you go through different workshops that we will host, and as you see and you think in your community different ideas on how to improve your community, those will be perfect ways to impact your community through the solution challenge. So that is essentially that's essentially what I have to say. Does anyone have any questions as of now, for either for me or for Danny? You could list them in the chat, and
Feel free to unmute.
Yeah, if you could unmute and then say your question out loud, that would be greatly appreciated as well.
So I have a question. It's about a problem in the community. It can be regarding anything. For example, an actual water problem or an overpopulation of cats problem or impoverished communities, literally anything that is an issue that can be solved.
That's right. So one of the things we are looking to do with Solution Challenge is not give you like a specific prompt, but really unlock the technology and see what problems y'all could solve in the real world. So get creative. I encourage you though, try to identify a problem in your local community because that's where you can make a significant impact. Additionally, I would also like to mention it'd be very interesting to see how you could scale your individual community solution to other communities who may be affected by similar problems. So thank you for the question, and please keep them coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, also, as something about the solution challenge, so they literally could be kind of what you think can help your community and also things around you. One solution challenge from from the 2020 solution challenge, one project that I found really cool, and something that would really help me right now is that one of the winning teams, they created an artificial intelligence or using robot vision, so that say that you're wanting to practice for a presentation or you want to see like what kind of vibes that you're giving off, you can just you could turn on the vision, and then you could do your presentation, and the AI will actually tell you like what kind of emotions that you're giving off and like how you're doing with your presentation. So that's just one of the many examples that there are. If you look up also online like solution challenge, you'll see on how different countries, how people made solution challenges for their own local communities and that sort as well. So literally, yeah, there is a wide variety. Let me see. Whoa. I'm trying to just open the chat. Let me see here.
So it looks like we have a question about arriving late. How do we get involved? I read you were going to share the Discord, right?
Yes.
So I think if you could just drop the Discord in here. The other thing to notate is totally fine if you were late. We will be sharing these slides. I believe you said it was on your Facebook page. Is that what you said?
We will be everything. All the information will be in our Instagram, and it will be in our Discord, and yeah, and on our website as well, which actually is here. You could actually, these are ways that you could stay connected. You can join us on Instagram, DSC FIU. If you want to get social media updates, we're constantly updating the content on there. If you want to see more about DSC and what we do as an organization and get a list of all of our events, you could join, you could see our website at sitesagul.com/view/DSC FIU. And if you want to get more in contact with our community and be able to talk to members just like you, and then maybe possibly form up like teams to go to hackathons and just talk about whatever, or maybe even come up with ideas for the solution challenge, make sure to join our Discord. And we'll be also hosting some events through there as well, so that you can get to meet people in your community as well. Yeah, and also if you have a QR, if you have your phone on you, you can scan the QR code there, and if you're not a member already, you could sign up to be a member.
I have one last question.
Yes.
When doing the project, does it need to be with people who specifically go to FIU, or can it be students from other universities?
Great question. So since we're asking you to identify a problem in the local community, we want you to work with a student from your campus. So yes, FIU specifically. The other thing to notate for all of y'all on this call, if you're going to take part in Solution Challenge, you got to be a DSC member in order to participate, right? So make sure you're signed up not only at all of these sites, but you also check the event pages where we are asking you to check in and all of that good stuff. So please take a moment, become a DSC member if you haven't. But to answer your question again, must be from your university.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, good evening. Ask your question, buddy.
Hey, Danny, how are you? My name is Del. So curious, I'm a little bit older. Is there an age limit to be part of these solution groups. I'm in the process of doing career change, so I just started a cyber program. And yeah, I'm just curious. I work at FIU, but I'm also a student there, and I'm curious to know if there are any, would that add any limitations to being to participating?
No, not at all. Great question, Dallin. Really appreciate you joining us. Love your background. Hope you don't mind my plants, but that's great. So yeah, there's no age limit or restriction, at least once you're in the higher education space, right? We just want these resources to be available for students, right? So as long as you're enrolled in classes, it doesn't matter to me if you're reinvesting in yourself. In fact, I give you a big old kudos. That's really difficult to get back in there and start learning more after a while. So I look forward to not only helping you, but also motivating you when you hit that wall, because I'm sure it'll come at some point.
Excellent, man. That's great. And for the DSC here, if you guys need a faculty or staff support, let me know, and I'll be glad to throw in my hat in there if you guys need any local support from FIU.
That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. We're actually, well, we're still very new organization at campus. I will reach out to you personally. We're still getting established at FIU, but we have all of these resources and everything we want to offer. So yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
I had a quick question, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So I know we have the Flutter workshop tomorrow. How is that? How are we going to get the link, or are you going to drop it on Discord?
Right after this event, I'll drop it on Discord.
Okay, cool. Do we regularly? Are you going to always drop a link for it, or are we going to get emails for it?
Usually you will get emails for it. Normally, just with the, my apologies, just how shell hacks and the recent things have been going, we weren't able to send emails about this first event, but normally you will be updated very frequently about all of our events coming up, and as well on any updates with our organization.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will be sharing that as ASAP after the chat.
One of the other things I'll just quickly plug here is if you want, what you can do is actually go to this page, become a chapter member, and then each time an event is published, you will actually get an email notification saying, hey, new event just got published, you should go RSVP. And in fact, what we will also do is push notifications to you to make sure you remember to show up to the event, even though, maybe something may have come up. So, I noticed some of you navigated to this meeting from the event page. That's great. Great best practice for y'all is to always come to the chapter page, see upcoming events, past events, and register for all of them, right? The other thing to notate, share it with your friends, right? It doesn't matter if they're from, your computer science background or not, right? They could be someone who's nearby at a community college or a neighboring university who doesn't have the opportunity to get connected with a DSC. We want these resources to be made available for each student who wants to take part of them. So please share and make sure you join all of these channels because it's going to have some very important information, right? Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone have any questions? For workshops, will there be prerequisites we will need to install before the event? Yes. So depending on the workshop, there will be some requirements. For any events that you RSVP to, there will be a list of the requirements on what to install and what to have, system requirements on the event page. So yes, so there will typically be some prerequisites. For some other workshops, it depends, but there might be depending on what we're doing. For instance, most definitely you'll need a code editor for most of the workshops that we will be doing, and you'll need like for instance like VS Code or something of that sort. And depending if we're doing like a mobile workshop, any emulators or anything like that will have to be downloaded. Yeah, VS Code. I'm a VS Code kind of guy. Yeah, so that's typically you would have to, and we'll also, when we do the announcements as well, we will inform everyone on what requirements are needed as well. No worries. Got a question. So for the project finding a solution in our community, is that something we're doing as a group or individually? That's a very good question. So I think it depends. If you already have a group and you have like a committed set of team that you want to work on a project with, and you have like an idea, you can do it as a group. You can come up with that idea as a group. Or if you have your own set of ideas and you want to bring it to a new set of students, you could definitely present your ideas with them, and you can try to get your ideas to work within the team. Yeah, and we'll also be hosting several like brainstorming sessions and ways to meet new members and ways to get involved, you know, if you're for the solution challenge and all of that, so you don't even have to worry. Let me see. If I'm transferring next year to FIU, but I'm in the transfer program, have a student ID with the school, would I still be able to participate in the solution challenge? That's a great question.
The answer is yes. I don't know if my chat came through quick enough, but in short, the answer is yes. But what I need you to do is please go to the above link, which I attached, and make sure to become a DSC chapter member. That way, if we ever have to verify you are a DSC member, we got you in the community and you're good to go. So again, if you need that link, I'll just drop it in the chat one last time.
Hey, could you send that link one more time for me, please? Thank you.
You got it. Should be at the bottom for you now.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Yes. Anyone have any final questions before we get to our last section of the event? Feel free to, you could use your mic or you could type in the chat. Okay. If nobody has any questions, that's perfectly fine. You could also keep asking in the chat, or also, as usual, in our Discord server, I would be willing to answer any questions that you have. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so now we want to transition a little bit from the actual presentation, and we want to see how much information you guys retained during the actual presentation. And for whoever retained the most information, we'll be offering a $50 Amazon gift card at the very end. So get yourselves ready. Let's see here.
I'm probably not eligible for this, so I won't even bother.
Well, I gotta fight a
You could try, Danny. I mean,
I joined a little late,
okay,
but
you'll
I'll still
get
give it a try.
Okay, so go on to Kahoot.it and I'm not make this too loud because I cannot tell. Yeah, and join with this game link there. The imposter. Yes. If y'all are down, we could play some rounds of Among Us after the server.
So down.
I'm down.
Reviving.
Nice dance, nice dance.
I don't wanna dab on everything too hard. So just give it a few extra seconds for people to join. No way it's on Spotify. I'm gonna
Actually, that's cool.
Okay. Awesome. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start the game. I believe if you're joining late, you should still be able to join. Okay. Awesome. Okay, we're starting now. How many DSCs are there across the United States?
More than one.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Most people thought it was 110. At least as of recent, the most recent numbers, it was 115. Uh, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky question there. Next. Ooh, my boy Muhammad at first, and the imposter running up next. Ooh, close, close, close. All right, let's see. Okay, next. Is this the mission statement? To bridge the gap between education and innovation. Remember? Let's see.
Oh, I misclicked. No.
Oh.
I misclicked too.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That's unfortunate. Damn. Let's see how everyone. Ooh, Daniel coming up next. Muhammad's still on the leaderboard, but and then Nat too coming up strong. Wow. I'm hungry is up there too. Respect. I'm hungry. I am pretty hungry as well. Cool. All right. Next question. Which one of these programs is not under the actual Google Developers Program?
Well, no, like Control Z. I think I pressed that wrong. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of you got it right. Good memory. Good memory, y'all. And then some of Roman tech makers. Yeah. Yes. Daniel's still keeping strong at first. Mohammed now at second. Nat, we fell a few places. It's all good. And Allison and I'm hungry. Coming up next. Nice, nice. Let's see. Is Daniel gonna keep his spot for the next one? Curious, curious, curious. Okay. Y'all remember for our first, this is what our second workshop happened. When does it happen? I'm hungry. I'm rooting for you. Most of y'all got this right. Y'all have good memory. Warms my heart. Daniel's still keeping strong at first. Daniel, respect. Respect. Remember. Okay. Let's see. Does anyone remember what John Kudo's role is? Firebase event is at 7 p.m. on the 6th. Well, yeah, John is most 100% definitely a tech lead, as he helped lead the Intro to Neural Networks workshop during Shell Hacks last weekend. All right. Oh, literally no changes in the scoreboard. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, John, I think everyone loves you. Everyone will remember you. Okay. Are you only allowed to use Google technology for the solution challenge? Yes, false. You're only required to use at least one of your products that you're using for the solution challenge. Has to be a Google related product, but everything else, up to you. Wow, Daniel's still keeping strong. I wonder, are you gonna keep this up for the next 2 questions? We'll see. I am convinced as well. I am convinced as well. Daniel is Danny. The only one. Let's see here. Two last questions, guys. It could change very easily. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, where was the first country? Was it founded in Pakistan? Was that the first Google developer student club? That is false. The first set of Google developer student clubs were founded in India in 2017-ish, 2018-ish, I believe. Still keeping up on top. Let's see. On fire too. Streak is 7. Let's see. You're gonna keep it up for this last one, Daniel, and will Muhammad take up your place? Let's see. Let's see. Last question. What does SIGS stand for? Everyone, no one picks Sweet IT Gang? Yo, I thought we were trying to foster that community on here. But yeah, it is most definitely special interest groups, and we will send more information about special interest groups later very soon. All right, so who got first place? I'm hungry. I was rooting for you the whole time. Third place, Muhammad. Who could it be? Who could it be? Hey, and then with the runner-up for Zach, congratulations, everyone. Daniel, please DM me in Discord, and we will get you that $50 Amazon gift card. Congratulations. Yes, I would 100% order ramen. Really, so interesting. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. If nobody has any final questions, that is actually what we have for our first info session. Thank you all so much for everyone for attending, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the night. And also, if anyone wants to play Among Us or of anything of the sort after the info session, make sure to stick around, and we'll be playing in the Discord server. Thank you all,
good night,
everyone. Thanks for attending.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
You guys enjoyed.
Have a good night, guys. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Oh,
See y'all.
Danny, I have a question for you. What's
What's up?
What's your favorite house plant?
Oh, that's
That's a good.
that's not really fair to ask. I have like 500, so they're all my favorite. That's kind of why they're in my house.